Good evening and welcome to another exciting episode of the Men's Lab. Today we are here to have a very, very great discussion. A discussion that a lot of men would never say no to. Some women may like this particular one, but I'm very much aware that men love to discuss their cars more. Let me not tell you what exactly we'll be talking about. I urge you all to join us on all our social media platforms at eTVGhana. So that's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at eTVGhana. You can be part of it. And also, join us and send us your messages. You know what? Maybe you should be telling us what kind of car you love most. Okay, so I want to know what kind of car you love most and why. You just give me a reason why you love that car. Maybe because of the engine sound. Maybe you like to drive 4.0s. Like, you have so much money, so you want to be, you know what I mean. And so yeah, maybe that's what you're looking at doing. I urge you to send us the kind of car and why you love that car. But like I said, let your messages come on our WhatsApp platform, which is 020-2222-054. I repeat, 020-2222-054. Before I go on a break, let me ask you, how has your week been? It's been quite a busy one for me. I'm sure it's been a busy one for you also. Well, it's one of the things I'd love to know. How to send me your messages. Let me know how your week has been, and then tell me what car you love. We'll go on our very first break. When we are back, I'll introduce my guests and I'll tell you exactly what about the cars we'll be discussing. Please stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we are in the lounge, and of course, it's Thursday and it's 9 p.m. And so definitely I'm going to come your way with something different, something exciting, something you definitely would love to hear. And so before I went on my break, I did mention to you that we'll be talking about something that men mostly love. Some women love cars. You know how, well, they say women love to sit in the front seat of cars. Other women love to drive it. I know a woman who actually loves to drive sports cars. She loves to speed a lot. And so, yeah, when it comes to vehicles, not only men, but 90% men. I mean, let's admit it. We love our cars like we love our women. Please don't beat me after the show. Yeah. So, with me to do the discussion, I have two fine gentlemen, okay? Two fine gentlemen. And I'll introduce the gentlemen, and we'll go out there and listen to what people are saying. But this is what we are discussing today. Personality types. We look at you, your personality type, and the cars that match them. Okay, so we want to look at the various personality types and what cars match those personalities. And so, should we listen to what people are saying before we come and then introduce the guests? No, let me just tell you who they are because they are fine gentlemen. I can't keep them waiting. So, the first person I have, Richard Fume. Richard Fume happens to be the brand manager, Mitsubishi CFAO Ghana. Richard,
hi.
Akwaba,
Yeah.
good to see you. How's the week been?
It's been good.
It's been good, eh?
It's been good.
Ah.
Roller coaster. We've been trying to sell cars.
Oh, you've been selling?
Yes.
Nice one. How many have you sold this week? Plenty.
We've been trying to
Oh, it's just my commission I need, nothing else.
We've been trying to make selling of cars also easier
for
Ghanaians.
Nice one, nice one. So he's not the only person who is here with me to do the discussion. We are here with Dennis Gauga. Dennis Gauga happens to be the communications manager also for CFAO Ghana. Dennis.
Hello.
Akwaba.
Yeah.
The Gauga makes you obviously a Ghanaian, but from where?
From the Volta region.
Volta region.
Yes.
Afonama.
Yeah.
One time. Fat.
Gauga is money past money.
Money past money.
Yes.
A Gauga.
Well, yeah, in one way you can say that.
Nice one. So these are the gentlemen I'm going to be doing the discussion. When you look at them, you obviously can tell that there's a certain personality, and obviously there's a certain car that probably may fit that personality. Let's hear what people are saying, and then when we come back, we can have the discussion. Please watch this.
Okay, the reason I chose the car that I'm using right now is one, it's consumption. Living in Accra is very, very tedious. Where you reside and your workplace is very far. And for swiftness reasons, I need to pick a car that has a very good consumption when it comes to fuel, and also a car that I wouldn't struggle to buy the parts if it's faulty or something. One reason is that the car is very, very strong and durable, and also economical, if I should say. Yeah, that's the reason why I picked the car that I'm using right now.
I love my car because it is economical in terms of the fuel consumption. Maybe I love that because of my economic stand now. Maybe later on, if I can afford a flashy car, I may go for that. So currently, the car I'm using, I would say is a necessity It's not for a show off, because where I live is quite far, so I need to be very mobile.
I'm a lover of cars, and there are certain kind of cars that I like. So, particularly for this car, I bought this car because I went into Uber business. So I bought a number of them to add to my fleet for Uber. So I drive them because they're economical than my traditional car, which is a 4x4, which would actually consume a lot more fuel. But generally, yeah, I'll buy a car because of the fuel consumption, one, and then two, the durability, and also if it's a 4x4 traditional, because of the nature of our roads, I would require such a car to go to places. But if I can afford a very good car, a luxury car, yes, I'll buy a luxury car. And I like building cars too. That's what I do on the side. So yes, that's me with cars.
It's very interesting, and I'm sure you heard all of them saying they love cars. No, it's just like asking them, "And do you love women?" Of course, we love women, and so we love our cars. Dennis,
Yeah.
did you hear any of them saying, "Oh, as for me, I hate cars"?
No, no.
You didn't?
Everybody aspires to own a vehicle. Everybody wants to have a particular kind of vehicle, depending on their needs at a particular point in time. For starters, they might just want to get from point A to point B, but at the back of their minds, there's a car they want, and that's the car they want to drive.
There's something very interesting when it comes to vehicles. Today, you are likely to say, "Oh, I want something small to go to work with."
Exactly.
Just drive it, and after 6 months, you'll be like,
I want
"Charlie,
something else."
I want to change." Oh,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
why does that happen?
We human beings,
You just taste
we are
it.
aspirational. I mean, we like to move from one to another.
To another,
Yeah.
All right, so let me just make this. Let me find out this. Does the car men drive impact anyway in their image and personality?
I think it does.
You think it does?
It does. It does. And you know, even because of that assertion, the manufacturer of vehicles has it at the back of the mind that there is some image that is projected. So because of that projected image, he always has it at the back of the mind that he needs to project a particular image and manhood of the person driving the car. So in any design that he's bringing up, he wants to project some level of manhood or image of a personality in the vehicle that is bringing up. So any individual that wants to drive a car, any vehicle, you see, when what we watched, the people were saying, "I love vehicles. I love particular vehicles because it projects an image of the personality." So in any vehicle that they are using, it projects an image of them. So definitely, whatever you are using, even if it is not vehicle, it projects an image of you. So as we are describing vehicles, if you are driving a particular vehicle, it projects an image of you.
Yeah, so for example, there are some guys who like to be known for their masculinity, you know, so they would go in for the gritty, grungy, big tires, monster truck. They try to mirror their personality through the vehicles they drive. So they feel a certain surge of power when they drive those vehicles. Some other person wants to be sleek and stylish and, you know, sexy and all of that. So he wants to project that. So when you see his car, you see him, you know that, hey, guy with the or a slick or a sly or a, you know, smooth, you know. So it depends on what people want to project. Some others want to drive in a V8 SUV, and you know, once he comes, you see his status, and you know that
He has arrived.
He has arrived. He's a big man.
He's a big man.
He's a big man.
So there are times that somebody just comes out of a very huge car, and you see the person just come out, and you are like, na papa no. Ne kese nyina ni a ofi ka kese kakaka we kese fem sa no. So I mean, the vehicle you come out of projects your image. I think so.
Interesting. So are we then all agreeing that the vehicle really, you know, has or plays a certain impact on the personality or the image of a person? It does.
It does.
It does.
It does. But obotomu so chere.
I thought you even start with that.
I mean, so I was going to say that projected as well. You know, so someone also wants to project a certain image of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Okako rent a car, packaging.
Not the packaging.
Yeah. So,
I mean, it happens,
yeah.
especially those of us who have been in the sales field, for some time. It depends.
Yeah.
So there are some people you want to go and meet, and you're like, Charlie, this company I'm going, should I just go in a cab or arrive sweaty and all that? You know what? I'm so sure of this deal.
Yeah.
Let me rent a vehicle,
Yeah.
and I'll definitely make my commission out of it, right? Yeah, go do one. I will look at flashy cars, Charlie.
Yeah.
The guy is already up there. Let's give him
There
our
are some
money.
pitches you don't want to go just anyhow, because however you project yourself determines how you pitch yourself.
Interesting. That's very true. So what influences the type of a car a man will choose?
Okay, so many guys buy cars for various reasons. Depends on the area of expertise you're in, or what you do. So you need a car. What do you need a car for? So if you're into probably farming, or you're outside there in the mines and stuff, definitely that defines your car choice. And so you want to go in for a rugged off-roader, a 4x4 pickup like
some pickup,
like our L200, which is a very rugged one. So people would want to do that. In this era of fuel hikes and everything, people would want to consider fuel consumption. Like the what do you call them? The people you interviewed, they all said fuel was one
fuel
big.
is a very important.
So now it's becoming a big factor in the choice of cars that people drive, and also the design. The design kind of fair. It looks sleek. We recently introduced a facelift for our Pajero Sports and then the Eclipse Cross, and suddenly it's picked up. Sales have picked up so quickly because people love the design. They love the new manliness of the Pajero Sport and then the sleekness of the Eclipse Cross. So some of these factors influence the choice of cars that men would drive.
Interesting. Richard, I mean, being that you've been in the business for some time, let me find out this particular thing. Do men choose cars from, for trends, and they want to be associated with a particular brand, and they like the color of a particular vehicle, or for fuel consumption? I mean, are all these things something that comes to play, when men are choosing cars?
Well, I would say color is not really an issue for people when it comes to choice of cars. You look at our interview, the interview we just played, and fuel in recent times has been an issue of concern to most men.
Most people, yeah?
Most men. In recent times, because of the nature of our roads in Ghana of recent times, people come into discussions and they are looking for, unfortunately, I would say, for lack of education, people will come and they are requesting for 4x4 vehicles.
Okay.
But I would say in our recent times, the most important thing that people would have to be looking out for vehicles that have very good clearance.
Okay.
So vehicles that are high off the ground. So it could take care of the nature of our roads in Ghana.
Yeah.
Because if it is very low on the ground, because of the rains and the potholes, now I don't know if we should call them manholes in Ghana now. So I mean, all the vehicles are now almost on the floor. So if they are getting vehicles that are off the road, you don't necessarily need the 4x4. I know most of customers that have bought 4x4 vehicles that for 5 years, for 10 years, for 7 years may not have even engaged the 4x4 itself over the years. So then the question I keep asking myself is, why do you invest in the 4x4 when you don't need it? So then don't pay for that. Rather buy an SUV, buy a vehicle with a very good clearance. And then so men of recent times are looking for vehicles that have very good clearance, that is very good. They want practical vehicles to use on the road that will take them and bring them. Though they have a taste, like the interview we looked at, they have a taste. There was recently, I was talking to one customer, for instance, I'll say, Richard, me wa car, me pese, me drive. Nansu misi kanso.
And that's a unica.
And you know, what do? Ne misi kaso no. my mentor,
Yeah.
let me take it to work, let me bring it home. That misika be sonia me pese me nya ye pa metona, then I go and then invest into it. So that is where we have gotten to now. So but then they what really they are looking out for are practical cars with good clearance, not really about color, but then with very good fuel consumption, very small engine vehicles that will take them home, bring them back to work. Very practical cars. That's what men are looking out for.
So you don't think men are looking for trendy vehicles?
Trendy, will it be practical? Will it do the work for them?
Okay, so you're rather saying that a lot of the people you have come across,
Yeah.
this is what you tell them. You'd rather they go for something practical.
Very practical
right?
cars, yeah.
To add to that, I think also at the back of everybody's mind,
Yeah.
like you said, the first thing they want to do is get a car that is useful and practical for them. But then there's a car that has won their hearts already in their minds. So then that brings to question brands. So on the level of branding, the cars are positioned accordingly to the tastes and personality preferences of people. So there's a car that is like a workhorse.
Yeah.
There's a car that is like that promises a sweet driving experience. There's a car that exudes a certain quality of style and I have arrived. So all these classifications are there, and they're already at the back of their minds. Then these other things come into play. So at the top of it all, they have a car, a dream car.
Yeah.
But then, of course, there's the practical things that come to play. But then brands also have a very key role in determining the cars that people
choose. I see. You know, when Richard was speaking, he almost, in a way, said that color doesn't really, come into play, right? But I'm very much aware that there are people who have walked into your showrooms and got attracted to a certain vehicle just because of the car, the color.
The color.
There's a particular one that you have in your showroom. It looks just like the Citroen.
No.
When I remember, I'll show you the particular one.
Okay.
The color, very attractive. And I am so sure that most of your sales you have made are out of the color of that particular vehicle.
Okay, the man on the show.
You know, when we are doing more of men here, color, it's more a feminine thing to me. Men, but masculine colors are more the very dull ones. But then, and men are not so fascinated with color. Again, in a part of the world, we are not so much exposed to so much color options. So we are limited with color options when it comes to what we are given. So we get to the showroom, we are limited. So what is made available to us, we are just left with the option of choosing out of it.
Out of it, yeah.
And then, so we don't have that much option to make a choice out of. So that is what makes me say we don't have so much option.
When it comes to the colors.
Still out of that, you still have some men who would want to make some few selection out of it. So maybe I will agree with you when we see.
You know how you want to go and buy a vehicle and your wife has told you my favorite color is.
When it comes to
the women have a lot of colors, right?
That one
Reggie, when you were in school, which colors did you learn? 6 color wheel and 12 color wheel, right?
I think I don't want to discuss colors before you put me in trouble.
You about the whole town.
Before you put me in trouble.
I did a bit of color and stuff. So
no, this man is color man, but not me.
Yeah. So like a tie a guy wears to work,
yeah.
or they speak volumes. The American presidents choose their color, the tie colors, based on what situation and whatnot and whatnot.
Oh, really?
Yes, but different colors exude different qualities for the car owners. So someone who would say or actually go in for a red colored car for a guy, I would say that person has a very he wants to make his presence known. He has a colorful personality. He's bold. He's assertive. He wants to be seen. Basically, that's a type of guy who would go.
And you specifically said red.
I said red.
Well,
Not because I'm
well,
It's a different discussion. so you know, when you said red, you know, in our part of the country or in our part of society, I was waiting to hear, oh, you know, red because, you know,
it's a different
All right, I'm going to go on a break. Please stay with us. We'll be back shortly. We'll bring you more. Please stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we are in the lounge and we are discussing cars today. We are asking you what car you'd love and why. And we are also discussing the personality types and what cars fit those personality types. I'm in the studio with Richard and Dennis, both from CFAO, so the brand manager and the communications director, respectively. And so communications manager, respectively. They are here. I'm learning quite a lot from them. And so I'm sure you're also doing the same. It will inform us on our choices, especially in how to make our decisions to buy the vehicles. Guys, you know something? So I've been hearing these things a lot about engine size. Sometimes 3.0, 2.7, and yada yada yada. And even from the start, you had mentioned that people's choices on what kind of vehicles is also based on consumption, and I assume the consumption has to do with the size of the engine. Am I correct?
Sure.
Mr. Tonka engine.
Very true.
So please advise us on this one. So what are these, or what are the kinds of engine sizes, okay? And then how does it impact the people's decisions? I want to know specifically at CFA also, what engine size do you have there and how do you give it out to which particular kinds of people?
Right. So let's just quickly relate this to our economy today.
Mm-hmm.
So today, people are spending between 1 hour and 2 hours in traffic every morning to work.
Mm-hmm.
So you are spending a lot of fuel in traffic.
Yep.
We have a lot of people in the young category. Yes, we have other older folks who are also driving in traffic, but then people in the younger age bracket are also there. So let me tackle those people. You have a young family. I've traveled from Kaswa to work in a long while before, and it's sad when you meet your colleagues and we all have our kids in traffic, feeding them whilst we are coming to work, and then we drop them at school at 5:30 a.m. with the security people, and then we continue to work. So what are we trying? What do we want to do? We burn almost half of our salary in traffic in fuel.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to say. It is time we start concentrating on buying vehicles with smaller engine sizes, so we save on fuel. This is why I want to invite you to start looking at the smaller vehicles we have at CFAO. Manufacturers are gradually moving from these huge engine size vehicles onto the smaller ones. 0.8 liter engine, 1.0, 1.2, 1.4, 1.8, 2.0, 2.4. We have a lot of those vehicles in the Suzuki and the Mitsubishi ranges.
Wow.
The Alto, the Espresso, the Celerio, the Baleno. So just walk in, and the prices are also very moderate. So you walk in there, so you are able to save firstly on fuel. Apart from that also, it helps you, and over the years, if you check the cost of owning these vehicles over a longer period, you realize that it is worth it. So this is some of the things that you need to look out for. It is not just the fact that I want a big car, I want a 4.8 liter V8. You step on the accelerator, boom,
2 gallons.
2 gallons score. Utiaswa demum, namum ubutumunsu esu. So those are the things that now we need to move away from.
Yeah.
And start looking at cost savings, total cost of owning the vehicle over a longer period. Yeah. And no and it makes us enjoy our vehicle also longer. You get newer cars also. Nobody has used it, so there is nothing like usage history of somebody that you have no history, no knowledge of. But then you are the first user. You know how you are going to use your vehicle. And on who you soon now do portal more, you take your time. More from Boko, you are able to use it over a longer period. And over that longer period, you have a better benefit of your vehicle.
Interesting.
He mentioned one of the vehicles, which I think would be a very interesting highlight.
Okay, which one is that?
The Espresso. So
Okay.
it's a Suzuki Espresso. It's been designed as a mini SUV.
Okay.
So it's a small SUV type because of the ground clearance. It's not a 4x4,
Yeah.
but the ground clearance is very high.
Very high.
And it's a 1.0 liter mini SUV. So it has a semblance of a, an SUV, but then it's a 1.0 liter engine. But then the engine has been engineered. The manufacturers are working these days to increase the output of the engines, however small they are. So efficiency is topmost priority for the manufacturer, and at the end of the day, it benefits the end user as well.
Interesting. And so it simply means that it's best to want to consider the recent kind of engines that are quite smaller, but they give you maximum performance. And that's what you have at CFA.
Very, very.
Now let me find out this. Oftentimes also, somebody wants to buy a vehicle and they ask, okay, so is it fully loaded? Is it that? What are those things? What's fully loaded? What is basic? Can you throw some light on what differences there are?
So fully loaded is just highlighting on the aesthetics of the vehicle. So you go into a particular vehicle, your leather seat room, your Android Auto, your Apple CarPlay, your touch screen, your USB, you're loading with Bluetooth. So all those interior those things add up to it. Now, fully loaded. Just say the name it is fully loaded. But one good thing about it, and say each single thing they can food. It adds cost to the vehicle. And once you are asking for a fully loaded vehicle, you are asking for extra cost to the vehicle. That one they trust me. So it makes the cost of the vehicle go up higher. But then when you enter such vehicles also,
you actually see the difference.
Yeah, but the good thing is, well, at CFU as well, we have the options.
You have the options.
A full, set of options that you can choose from. So you could go for the basic, you could go for the one that has a few more features, and you can go for the fully loaded one. So there's always a car for every pocket, depending on the brand that you choose as well.
Let me zero in or narrow down to you specifically at CFAO, because now I'm getting very interested actually.
Sure.
So I'm already gathering that it's best to buy a brand new vehicle, because then I save myself the stress of having to change things over probably a longer period of probably about some 5 years, and it saves you a lot when it comes to cost. So I want to assume that these are some of the reasons why I should buy a brand new car. But again, you and I also agree that brand new vehicles are, they're quite expensive, and I need to gather up so much cash to walk to your offices to want to choose. Before I even think of choosing, I should be thinking of the cash as well. At CFAO, is there any kind of arrangement that I spot a particular vehicle, I'm like, Charlie, I don't want to leave this vehicle. I want it at all cost. Let me go and find out. And I get there, the cost is quite high, but I still decide I want it. And so is there any arrangement that you guys have where I can start paying and own it? I'd love to own it immediately. I will not pay my small coins and leave. I want to drive the car. Is there any arrangement?
Owning vehicles at CFAO now has become so simplified. Yes, so simplified.
How?
So just walk into CFAO today. We have various options. You see, we in the past, even going into the brand new showroom was so difficult for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Just seeing the showroom edifice was a turn off for a lot of people.
Of course, in a car, you saw a condition.
They were scared. They felt like Mamin Kodianase. I know the me kwara me could be sakra na me fe chiri ho na me dwane.
I'm sure you can see on the screens already. There's the Outlander, there's the Eclipse Cross, all of them.
Yes.
And see, you guys are nice. You're actually showing the prices. It's one of the things I find very interesting with people who sell vehicles. They hardly want to show prices.
We are very, very open
with
which is very good.
We are very
which is
open with the
very
prices.
good. It makes me know what I'm thinking of.
well,
It makes
so-
me define what I want to get.
So
see
within
the
the
price.
categories,
Yeah.
the various categories of the vehicles, I would confidently say that we have the most competitively priced
Most competitive price, yeah.
vehicles. And as
I see.
my colleague was saying as well, that we are trying to bridge the gap between people who aspire to own vehicles and actually people who actually own the vehicles. And we're literally trying to bridge the gap between wanting to own a vehicle and actually owning a vehicle.
So
And
what?
rather not
So
go into-
how are you bridging
So
that gap?
yeah,
That's what I want to
uh,
hear.
Where I was coming from.
Uh-huh.
So we have a good arrangement with Bank of Africa
Okay.
and then Societe Generale.
Okay.
If you walk into Societe Generale today and you want to take a facility from them, the arrangement I have with Societe Generale, you will never get it.
Okay.
I have an arrangement where they give you a rate of 17% per annum. You will never get it anywhere in any financial institution, but they will give it to you because you have come to CFAO to buy a car.
Okay.
They ask you to do a 25% deposit of the car, and then they spread it for you between 1 to 5 years.
Okay.
One good thing is if you are driving a car and then you do not even have the 25% deposit, but then you intend to trade in your vehicle, no matter the brand of vehicle you have, just bring that car into CFAO, we'll value the vehicle, we'll buy it off you. You use that value of the car you are driving today as a deposit to form the basis. The bank tops it up for you, and then you drive a new car off the showroom.
You know, this is very interesting. I heard about this and I thought it was a rumor until you are reiterating it right now. So it wasn't a rumor?
You know
It's
what?
not a rumor.
Come and let's try it.
I'll be there tomorrow.
It is not a rumor.
Really?
It's not a rumor.
And so I whatever vehicle I have, I drive in there and
don't bother about the brand. Just bring it in.
Just bring it.
any vehicle.
Any vehicle at all.
I haven't heard this anywhere.
Yeah. So
And the fact that
We are the market leaders here.
an established organization, CFAO,
Yes.
it's the interesting part is the fact that you are getting any vehicle.
Any
Others would have said, okay, bring in your old brand and but
no.
any vehicle.
Any
Any
vehicle
vehicle.
at
So we're doing this in partnership with Cars 45. It's
Okay.
the largest used car company in Nigeria and in parts of Africa.
Okay.
In other parts of Africa.
Okay.
So we have that partnership with them, and they do the evaluation and assessment and all of that. And then once a value is agreed upon, that becomes the basis for your deposit, and then the rest of it is spread over.
I am certainly driving a brand new car soon.
Definitely,
Wow.
it's achievable.
Walk to CFAO, bring whatever vehicle you're driving, get assessed, form a basis, you drive away with a brand new one.
So we say dream it and own it.
Dream it and own it. I'm owning it already.
Yes, sharp.
Wow. So I know there is the Suzuki's, right?
Yes.
And then also you have the Mitsubishi's.
Yes.
What the brand combination, yes, but what's the difference? I see some of them even slightly look alike in terms of their size and I don't know about performance, but in terms of their size, some of us look at vehicles, oh, wait, this one is nice, oh, that one is nice, Some of them look slightly alike and it's difficult to differentiate between the two, except that when I see the logo or So
they're both Japanese vehicles.
Oh, Japanese both.
Yes, both Japanese brands, solid Japanese brands. With us internally, we sort of tend to try to classify them. Mitsubishis belong to a certain groupings, and then Suzuki's are actually tailored for the African market.
Okay.
They're tailored for the African home, the young people, the young families, and people starting up. So they are built rugged, built steady, reliable, and very, very cost efficient.
Effective, okay.
They're very, very, very affordable, actually. So, for example, our compact vehicle, the Alto, which is very popular now with the Uber drivers and then the Bolts and the people in transportation, it starts off at less than $8,000.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
A brand new vehicle, less than $8,000?
New vehicle, 3
Of
years warranty,
0.8
liter engine.
That's unbelievable,
Yeah, and that car is so strong, we literally deliver. For our clients up north, in Tamale, in the northern region, we drive the car there. We don't put it on the flat.
No.
We drive it there. and it's able to do it easily with no problems.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are
So we
we-
have the Suzukis,
Yeah.
and then
And
they
the
have
Mitsubishi.
the Mitsubishi. So the Suzukis, we have about 9 variants,
Okay.
or 9 or 10 variants within the range. And so, of course, you have the issue where, not issue, you'd have the situation where you'd find some looking, like the other.
Yes.
So there's one called the Desire,
Okay.
and the one called the Swift. They both have the similar front cuts. I've driven both of them before, and I tell you, it's awesome on fuel consumption.
Okay.
I live on the the western part of Accra, and I drive all the way to the airport. I would do a full tank for 2 weeks with air condition on every day, and yeah, the fuel is just manageable. So there's the Suzuki's, and then he is for Mitsubishi, and he will speak more on the Mitsubishis.
Before I go to him, are we then saying that the Suzukis are manly cars?
Oh yes, we have different ones for different. So for example, the Suzuki Vitara, yes, guys could use it, ladies could use it, but it's modeled typically, as a man's car. The Swift is both ways. It's a small vehicle. I won't say small, but it's a small vehicle. But the features in it are very sporty, very modern, very up progressive. So it has that outlook. So both sexes can use it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Richard, beyond the discussion we had on somebody just walking in, and what other car policies do you have?
So, how do you mean by other car policies?
So, do you have some other, purchase styles for people beyond what we discussed?
Okay.
Like apart from the bank?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
care policy. So I'll come in here quickly. So we launched our care policy
Okay.
last year. The care policy
Okay.
last year, and it's a customer care policy that promises our customers that, we're not just selling cars to you. We're selling you a promise to make sure that your cars stay on the road, and the whole process of owning the vehicle is a painless one for you. So we set up 5 policies to make sure that we please you all along the way. So it's not just a customer care charter, but it's a customer care charter that holds us to our promise. So if we renege on any of our promises, you also benefit in some way by terms of compensations, by in terms of what do you call it, discounts, and then discount coupons and all of those things. So it keeps us on our toes to make sure that we serve you better. So in terms of policy, that's what we have crafted to make sure that the journey of car ownership is a sweet one for whoever walks in. So for example, if you come in and you have need for a certain car part, we've made sure that the most frequently used car parts are available, or selected group of those parts are available 100% of the time.
Okay.
If they are not, then we give you some rewards back, especially if you ask for them and they're not given to you within a certain time. Yes, we give you some reward back just to make sure that your journey in owning the car is a sweet one. And then we also make sure that as much as possible we are close to you wherever you are. So whether we set up a showroom next to you, then we probably have events and different touch points that make sure that constantly we are close in touch with you wherever you are.
So currently, for example, we find ourselves located in Tema. We are in Airport. We are in Takrade. We are in Kumasi. We've also have an arrangement with Total where we find ourselves in Wa. We are in Tamale.
Wow.
We are in Bogatanga, and we're even expanding more. By the end of the year, we should even go to other touch points in the country. We also have another commitment, like Dennis already mentioned, where we are saying that we are respecting timelines. So when we have a particular timeline, so for example, when you come to our showroom or our service point, and then you have a particular service we want to carry out for you, and we tell you that it's going to be ready in say 2 days, we are expected to respect our timeline
and make it ready in 2 days.
And make sure we make it ready in 2 days. If it is not ready in the 2 days, there is a commitment that we have made. So then we need to make sure that we respect it. Else, we have to pay a compensation.
I'll be coming back to you after this break. I need to hear more about the Mitsubishis. I understand you actually, did you design the Mitsubishi? That's just by the way.
We'll
come back to it. Let's go on this break. Please stay with us. We'll be back shortly. Well, so from the start, I did ask a question that let me know what cars you love and why you love them. And so this is what is coming from Lawrence Lawenano. Lawrence says, I love to drive four-wheel cars, especially if it's Ford or Toyota, basically because I am a family man and I need a bigger car for the family. I go for the 1.6 liter engine because of the economy. So this is coming from Lawrence. And then there's more. You kindly send your messages and I'll do justice to them. So this one says, good evening to you, eTVGhana. Your panels are looking good with their swag. My greetings to Mr. Fume, his son Ebenezer from Russia, Dan Suman. Mr. Fume has some son in Dan Suman there. All right, so this one is also coming from Lawrence. And again, because of the nature of our roads, I will always go for a four-wheel vehicle because it's also a family size. You know, I think a lot of people, well, please educate me on this. SUV, four-wheel, what is the difference?
Okay, so you see, it goes back to the discussion I mentioned again. Is the issue about a four-wheel or it's about the clearance?
The clearance. Okay.
Maybe Ebenezer can come back to us. Has he ever activated his four-wheel since he started using his car? It's more, if you ask me, about the clearance of the vehicle, because you want to make sure that your vehicle, the base of the vehicle, doesn't touch the ground. It is not necessarily the activating of the four-wheel, because mostly, even the four-wheel itself, experts makes me understand that you don't even activate it often. So it is mostly about the clearance of the vehicle to take care of the bad nature of our roads in bad terrains mostly. So you need maybe an SUV, fine. But even if it's an SUV and it's a 4x2 and the clearance is good for you,
you are good to go.
Good to go, I think.
Nice one. Nice one. So whether it's an SUV or it's a matter of the clearance, okay? Because it's obvious a lot of people have not even ever activated their four-wheel or they have. That's a 4H that I see on most vehicles. I see. That's interesting. There's something also I noticed about your vehicles that has to do with your service, you know, and with you know, when you buy a brand new vehicle, so you are told that you have to come for service when you hit 5,000, 10,000, and so what is it with you? When do I come for service? And people complain a lot about cost when it comes to servicing. Please tell me about yours.
Okay, so there's one nice thing we do at CFAO. Any vehicle you buy from CFAO, we've introduced what we call the AICO and the AICO Plus.
AICO and AICO Plus. Okay.
So any vehicle you purchase from us, you enjoy a free 20,000 kilometers.
20,000?
20,000 kilometers. And this 20,000 kilometers we're talking of, if you are then this type of driver, that is like 1 year.
Yeah, I mean you can see the surprise. 20,000.
20,000.
I know somebody who will do that 20,000 in like 3 years.
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
Whichever comes first. I mean,
and you know, I told you about trading.
There
is this customer who bought a car in 2019. Came into trading today, and she's done 15,000.
2019.
Yes.
And it's 15,000. Should have called me to buy that car from her. And so the phone lines are open now, and I urge you to start calling. You can speak to Richard, you can speak to Dennis as well. Ask them the questions just as I am doing. The phone line is open, and the number is 0555 657278. 0555 657278. Call ask them, talk to them, ask me questions. I also work for CFAO now. Okay, so you can ask me
Brand
questions.
ambassador.
Yeah, I'm a brand ambassador already. Okay, so let's come back to the issue of the engine size again. Now, I've heard someone say, "Oh, as for big engine, yeah, it's always the best because big engines are more durable and they are stronger." Is it true?
Well, what I know about what's happening in the industry now, even the big cars are, I'll say this advisedly, are downsizing somewhat.
Yeah.
So you'd find some cars, 3.5 liter engine, 4 liter engine, they have smart technology included in the engine.
Okay.
And therefore, when you hit the throttle, depends on how you hit it, it engages only selected cylinders. And there's sometimes that it engages all 4 cylinders. So you may have a big car that is still trying to be as efficient. So the common language being spoken now is about efficiency.
Efficiency.
Yes. So
all right.
And we are offering cars that offer you efficiency at the start point.
Okay, Dennis, I'll hold you on this one. Good evening, caller. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, good evening. My name is Isaac. I'm calling from North Tennessee.
Hi, Isaac. Please let's hear you.
Okay, so I was watching the program and just went to the site, the CFO website.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't see Mitsubishi cars there. I don't know if the website can be updated to reflect that. I see only the cars belonging to the Suzuki Group.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think this
this feedback will take
feedback,
we'll work on that.
All right. So I'm sure that will be worked on. Thank you so much for calling.
The website actually exists. So we have 2 websites.
Okay.
We have Mitsubishi Ghana and then Suzuki Ghana. So if he types Mitsubishi Ghana, it will take him to Mitsubishi Motors Ghana, mitsubishimotors.com.gh. And that's the official Mitsubishi page for CFAO Ghana.
Okay.
And then there's suzukimotors.com.gh for Suzuki. So just hit Suzuki
or
Mitsubishi Ghana,
and then you're able to
and
get
it will
it.
take you straight to the
That's
website.
interesting.
There's a virtual
showroom
tour of our showroom, on the website.
Okay.
As well.
All right. Good evening, caller. Your name and where you're calling from?
Okay, my name is Faisal. I'm calling from West Coast.
Hi, Faisal. Please let's hear you.
I want them to reiterate the scheme where you can trade your old car for a new one, really.
Okay, so you want that point to be reiterated?
Reiterated, yes.
Please.
And the mode of the arrangement, really.
The arrangement. Okay. All right. Okay. So he wants us to go back to that particular information and then let's understand the mode or the arrangement.
Okay. So like I mentioned earlier on, any brand of vehicle you have, you can bring it into our showroom, be it Accra, be it Tema, be it Kumasi, be it Takrade. Just bring it into our showroom. We have experts in there who value your vehicle for you, and then we'll discuss the value, and if we agree, we'll trade it in for you. Secondly, we have an arrangement with Bank of Africa and Societe Generale, and we have experts from the bank who will give you a finance. We can use the value of your vehicle as a deposit for the loan. They request you to do a 25% deposit.
Okay.
There is a 70% interest rate on the facility. They will spread it for you between a period of 1 to 5 years, and then we are good to go. And you can buy any vehicle, be it Mitsubishi or a Suzuki vehicle.
Nice one. And so I'm sure that's good enough information for us. This is coming from Felix. Felix says, I am driving to your office tomorrow. CFAO, here I come.
We are expecting you tomorrow.
Looking forward to Felix. The name down. Felix.
Yes, Felix is coming tomorrow, and so please expect him. So you were explaining something that has to do with, I think we're even discussing the mileage points where you have and you were saying, okay, so there's another caller. You have more people wanting to ask you questions. Good evening, caller. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, good evening. I'm Kofi Abrok. I'm calling from Accra.
Hi, Kofi. Please let's hear you.
Yeah, I think that they have convinced me enough, and I'll do my best. I'll be buying a car from them very soon.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kofia Broker says you have convinced him enough, and he's buying a vehicle from you. We are all coming there tomorrow. CFA, here we come.
We'll be expecting you tomorrow.
So you know that 20,000 kilometers mileage.
Yes.
Look, a regular Accra driver would have to do almost a year, I think, or slightly over a year to achieve it.
And that's true.
So what, I'm going to have free service the whole year?
Free servicing. And you are going to drive in every 5,000 kilometers. We'll service for you. You just drive off.
Yeah. There's a contract to this? Because I really want to hold you to this particular one.
So we are not just going to do word of mouth. You come at the point of delivery, we sign a contract, we sign our part, you sign your part, we keep a copy, we give a copy to you.
That is.
We mean business.
So AICO is basically to reward you. We are trying to reward Ghanaians who have worked hard to buy a vehicle. And we're saying that reward yourself with this package and drive your car with peace of mind every time. So just drive in and have your car serviced.
So just drive in and have your car serviced, and that's coming from Dennis. And then Richard, I would like to take your final words, and then I'll draw my curtains to a close.
I have said, and I'll say again here, that buying brand new vehicles, we have made the entry to the showroom very friendly. So, like callers have mentioned, just anytime you walk past airport, Tema, Takoradi, Kumasi, come into the showroom and you are mostly welcome. We'll introduce you to our vehicles. One good thing is, even this evening, just go to our website, take a virtual walk through our showroom.
Virtual tour.
Virtual tour.
Nice.
Through our showroom, have a look at our vehicles. Tomorrow morning, in fact, tonight, dream our vehicles.
And then drive in tomorrow.
Drive in tomorrow and let's have a talk.
So Richard says, dream our vehicles, drive in tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
And so this is coming from, okay, so watching you live from Dansuman, Russia. I don't know whether I should look at Dennis or Richard. Greetings to you, my husband, from your younger wife, Henrietta.
Dennis, me.
Oh, it's Richard. So the family is watching, huh?
My wife is watching TV and I'm like, who's calling you?
All right, so Dennis, I'd like to have your final words also.
Yes. I mean, hey, we're trying to make cars. Owning a brand new vehicle, the thing for you. Clearly, we've made it accessible, and so you can be in touch with us by our website, Mitsubishi.com, MitsubishiGhana.com, MitsubishiMotors.com.gh, SuzukiMotors.com.gh. We also have a chat bot on WhatsApp that you can chat with. I would hit the number. I'll give you the number. It's 0242 426 429. 0242 426 429. There's a guy there called Charlie. Once you say hi to him, all the filler you want about CFAO is over there. He will flow the filler to you. So just get in touch with us. Take a virtual tour in our virtual showroom. Look at all the cars. Dream it, own it. Fill a form. Let us get to know you, and then we'll see what your needs are and get you a car to drive.
All right, so dream it tonight, driving tomorrow, and that's what CFO is saying. We are all coming there tomorrow to buy our vehicles. I'll be driving some old Lamborghini. I'm sure it will buy 8 cars, maybe.
Something like that, yeah.
All right, so I want to say a very big thank you for being part of our show this week. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Richard. I'd love to have you again, because there's a lot of insight you've given us into vehicles today, and we're very grateful. And so we are thankful for all of you also who have been watching and staying and calling and texting. We are thankful. Stay with us. We'll be back next week with another exciting episode of The Men's Lounge. Please stay safe. COVID is still real.